Hi everyone, my name is Matt Selba and I'll be your instructor for the course this semester. Welcome, I'm really excited to meet you all. The point of this video is really just to kind of show you around the course, what times we're meeting, and then what you kind of expect for assignments for this upcoming semester. Once you get to our course page, you'll notice a welcome message. I give some good details for the first week that I want you to definitely look at. First things first is we do meet on Tuesday, August 27th for the first time from 5 p.m. to 6:50. From 5 to 6:50, that's when our main MAT162 course will always meet. And we're going to meet in W361, which is the West Building at the Wilmington George campus. So make sure you go to the West Building instead of the East Building. Definitely take some time to look over the course. You'll find the syllabus, schedule, and other pertinent information in the Course Information Hub, which I'll show you in a second. You're also looking at the course orientation video now. And you can even start to look at some of the content in case you're wondering what we're going to learn. Before our first class, it's recommended that you get the textbook for the course, Introductory Statistics, Analyzing Data with Purpose. And these are the in-class activity student pages, so make sure you get the one that says in-class activity student pages on it. I do want to note that if you don't want to purchase this MAT 162 book, you can actually print out the in-class activities that we're going to cover each week instead. However, make sure you have access to a printer. If you're a person who likes to type your notes, I'm actually okay with that for this course. We're going to do a lot of online statistical applets where you could probably copy and paste pictures. So if you're a person who likes to use online, by all means, go for it. This is a good course for that. That way you don't have to buy the textbook either. Okay, but if you're a person who likes to write in the textbook, I would probably recommend buying it just so everything's all in one spot and you don't have to worry about printing each week. If you're also in the support class, so there are some students in this section that are in MAT-062, you do not need to purchase the support book, which is Introductory Statistics, Analyzing Data with Purpose, and it says co-requisite support. Do not purchase that. We will do some activities in there, and if we do, I'll either just show them on the board or print them out for you, but do not feel the need to buy that support class book. Save yourself some money. Okay. And if you already bought it, definitely try to return it. Now, for some of you, this may be your first course at Deltech, so I definitely recommend getting your student ID card before our first class, just so there's not a lot going on that first day. So there's some information hyperlinked here on how to do so. Each week, I'm going to post some weekly announcements with our meeting times, assignments, and due dates. One thing you'll learn about me is I try to stay very organized. So there are a lot of different dates and many assignments in this course that I want to kind of keep everybody on track with. As you can see, our first class is on the 27th from 5 to 6:50. The topics covered will be the Honors Pledge, our first 3 in-class activities, 1A, 1B, and 1C. We'll also introduce the pre-project 0 checkpoint, the project and data collection checkpoint, and then our support class will meet after class from 7 to 7:50. Okay, so if you're in that support class, that's when we meet on those Tuesdays. Definitely reach out to me if you need to meet for additional help. This is a hybrid course, so we meet in person typically on Tuesday. However, on Thursday, I set aside time from 5 to 7 to meet with students, and that's by appointment. So just send me an email if you need to meet, and we can meet for 20 to 30 minutes, depending on what you need help with. I am available up to a half hour before class or during our break time as well. So those are some options in case you need to meet about a topic or a situation. Okay. Our week 1 assignments are listed here. Our week 2 assignments are listed here. You'll notice we're kind of loaded on those week 2 assignments. So one thing I like to do is send out like a weekly work schedule so you know what you should be doing each day of the week to kind of keep you on track to finish on time. So I'll send that out each week in a separate email and announcement. Okay. Also below, you have my contact information. Best way to reach me is by email. On the top right, you'll see our schedule. If you click on show more, you can actually look at the calendar, and it's kind of displayed in a calendar view if you'd like to do that. A few links that are helpful in the course: this data center, data analysis tools. That's where we're going to be using the online applets, and I'll direct you there in class. You do not need a calculator for this course, so you don't need to purchase a TI-84 or anything. We're going to use this online calculator instead. There's also this weekly timeline schedule, and I'll show you that later. And it'll kind of break down the week by week for you for the semester. If you ever need help, Deltech offers free, basically tutoring. There's Math Center in our virtual support. We also have in-person tutoring at our Wilmington George campus. This is as much of a writing class as it is a reading class because you're going to be doing a lot of analyzing and kind of summarizing. So there's some writing principles, resources that you can access if you need help with written assignments. Okay, so I definitely recommend taking a look there when it comes to the writing components. Cool. So let's go and take a look at the rest of the course page. So as a reminder, I'm in my instructor view. So like there are some things that you may not see, like this instructor area. So if you're not seeing the same exact thing as me, that's okay. But the rest of it should be the same. So if I click on start here, this is what I want you to read through before our first class if possible. And I'll highlight some of the key information. If I click on course information, this will kind of give you everything you need to know about the course. So you have some instructor information about me, the syllabus, the course orientation video, which you're watching, the course policies and expectations. I'm going to highlight some of the information in here that's important that I'll also talk about on Tuesday night. So again, it talks about welcome to statistical reasoning. Best way to reach me is via email at mselba@dtcc.edu. I always try to respond to emails within 24 hours unless something's going on that prevents me from doing so. When you email me, definitely give me your first and last name, as it's not always indicated within your email, and I do teach multiple sections. And also tell me what section number you're in. So like I teach multiple sections. 406 lets me know you're my Tuesday night class. While it's important for you to advocate and reach out, it's also my responsibility to communicate effectively with you. So I'm always going to try to make sure I give you that weekly announcements, those weekly emails, and tell you about deadlines within our class. Okay. Again, as an adjunct instructor, I don't have regularly scheduled student hours where you can just drop in. So to kind of help with that, I set aside Thursday evenings on Zoom if there's a student who needs to meet for 20 to 30 minutes at a time by appointment. Just send me an email and I'll provide you with the Zoom link. Here are the course materials. Like I talked about the textbook earlier, it's up to you on whether or not you want to buy it. The calculator is free, so there's no need to buy a calculator. This homework platform, you do not need to purchase. It's actually already built into D2L. When you sign up to take the course, you kind of already purchased that, so you don't have to worry about anything separately. This online homework platform is used to complete assignments in the course, and it's built in through D2L, so you don't go to a different website or anything. Office 365 is available free for all Deltec students, so it's recommended that you download this to use Word and Excel for the course on your computer. This can help you with completing many of your assignments. Late work. So for the most part, we are in a college course, so there is no late work accepted, except for a few exceptions. Okay. So the biggest thing is with these preview and practice assignments, which I'll talk about what they are in a second. These are basically opportunities for you to practice and to acquire and connect some skills that are needed throughout a lesson. So we don't want you not to do them if you miss the deadline. And so we have what we call late passes. So you can use late passes on all preview and practice assignments up until the end of the unit. And I indicate the date for that listed here. These are the last day to use them for each unit. And the date that's indicated, it'll also be like that night at midnight. So just so you're aware, if you try to submit a preview or practice assignment after that date at midnight, you won't be able to. Okay. The assignments in this course are scheduled, so I can provide you feedback, and that way it's that structured kind of pathway to getting your final assessment for that unit. So obviously make sure you're staying on track. Typically, I always try to return grades within 48 to 72 hours. And typically my big grading day is either Saturday or sometimes Friday, depending on my high school teaching schedule for that week. Super important to attend class for this course. The students that tend to struggle are the ones that miss every other class, and they miss a lot of content within those classes. So always try to be there when you can. Overview of the assignments. This is the breakdown. So your summative grades, instead of tests for this course, you actually have projects. So if you're not the best test taker, you might like this course. But the projects do require you to kind of stay on pace and to kind of manage your time well as you lead up to the final draft of the project. The preview and practice assignments are where you're kind of acquiring and connecting knowledge that you're learning. And then the activities throughout, most of these activities will be your checkpoints for the project. And again, that's where you're starting to apply what you've been learning. Okay. Again, to pass, you need at least a 70, B's are 80s, and then A's are 90s. Academic integrity, obviously make sure you are not cheating, using ChatGPT, all of that. You have your summative and formative assessments, which are indicated here. And then tips for success. Obviously, make sure you're checking your email daily, attend scheduled meetings, reach out to me if you're struggling, attend student hours, which I don't technically have, so just send me an email if you need to set up an appointment on that Thursday evening. Utilize the tutoring center, free help, and then we also have this BrainFuse online tutoring, which you can connect to a tutor outside of our math department as well. So that just kind of goes over the course policies and expectations, which are important. You have your evaluation measures here, which I talked about. The learning cycle, I do want to indicate like how this course kind of works. So, you have your classes, but before we meet each class, you'll have these preview assignments to do. And this is where you're working alone, or if you build a study group with other classmates in the course, if you start a text chain, you can work on these assignments together. And you're building foundational skills that you're going to be using during the in-class activities. Then when we meet in class, you'll complete these in-class activities where we're actually going to kind of get into like the acquiring and connecting stage of what you're learning. I will say, because this is a hybrid course, a lot of times these in-class activities will take on the form of an Edpuzzle video. This is a hybrid course, so about half of the in-class activities that we would do are going to be via the Edpuzzle videos. Okay. After the in-class activities or Edpuzzle videos, you'll then start to apply your knowledge. So you can work alone, or if you build a study group. And again, you're practicing these contextualized questions. You're synthesizing and extending your knowledge towards those assignments. Now, this class, there are no exams. Okay, so at the end of the unit, you have a project. Along the way, you're completing project checkpoints that kind of help you out with that final draft of the project. So again, that's kind of the learning cycle, and we kind of repeat that through each unit. So that's what you can expect. Okay, all right, so let's go ahead and exit out of there. Some other things, the semester schedule that I talked about earlier is listed here. This is the same one that you can find on our homepage at weekly schedule timeline. And this is a really kind of one-stop shop for where you can find everything that's coming up or due for a given week. Week 1 is definitely loaded because you have a lot due at the beginning of week 2, so make sure you pay attention there. So again, it goes over the dates for the week, what we'll be covering in class, or what you need to cover via the Edpuzzle videos, what's due in that week, and then what's due this upcoming week. Okay. So again, at the beginning of week 2, there's a lot due. I'll send out a weekly schedule, like day by day, so you know exactly what you need to complete each day to kind of stay on track. Week 2 is listed here as well. So again, you have the in-class activities and then what's due the following week. Okay. I do want to note there are a few dates. Let me look through here. We do not have class on October 15th for reading day. So I've assigned Edpuzzle videos for that day instead. And then the week 11, we do not have class. College should say closed for election day on November 5th. Okay, and then other than that, we have class every other Tuesday. So make sure you're attending there. Okay. Let's go over any other information. Oh, how do you sign up for Edpuzzle? Okay, so these are videos to help you out with technology. I'll go over those as we need them. How do you sign up for Edpuzzle? Click on this Get Started with Edpuzzle. It'll walk you through how to get registered. You want to click on this link and then use our class code, and that's where you're going to have access to the weekly videos. They are required. It is a completion grade, so make sure you do sign up and you complete the videos. Okay. And if you ever need to log into Edpuzzle, you can do so here, or just go to edpuzzle.com instead. Okay. You also have information on the course projects, which we'll highlight as we kind of go through the course. Your first project is considered project 0. It's kind of a preemptive project for project 1, so we'll look at that on Tuesday. You have your units separated by like how the lessons are built out. So for example, lesson 1, it gives you an overview. Going right into lesson 1, you have your video, your in-class activity. Now, typically, I'm going to scroll down to like 1D. You'll have a preview assignment first, then the in-class activity. This video lecture is not the Edpuzzle video. You want to make sure you're going through edpuzzle.com so that you can respond to the prompts in the video. And then the practice assignment occurs after the in-class activity or Edpuzzle video. So that's kind of the way that the lessons are structured in here. And then at the end of each lesson, typically you'll have a like practice assignment. So that's kind of how they're structured, and then they all lead up to a project that you're going to work on. Okay. So that's that. Let's go ahead and take a look at, oh, also, if you ever want to just access all the preview and practice assignments in one spot, you can go to this homework tab. And for example, lesson one homework, these are the preview and practice assignments for lesson one. As a reminder, I do send those out in a weekly email. I'll make a weekly schedule that's hyperlinked for you so you don't have to scroll through all these different folders, but it's also helpful to have in case you want to kind of see the progression of where the unit should be. Okay. Let's go to activities, assignments. This is where you submit your project checkpoints and your project final drafts. So you can see project one is kind of already uploaded here. We're going to go over our first project checkpoint, the project and data collection plan. Ideally, you're saving whatever file you have, whether it's a Microsoft Word file or a Google Doc. You're going to save that as a PDF and upload it here. Saving it as a PDF ensures that I can actually see it. So make sure you do that for each of them. So that's that. Let's go to activities. Checklists and discussions, we don't do quizzes. This is where you're going to complete the honors pledge, which we'll do on class on Tuesday. Yep, so that's it. Some tools here. Announcements, if you ever want to see the announcements each week, they're also on the home page. Grades, if you want to see your grades and what you're missing and what you have completed and what grade you got, this is a good kind of one-stop shop to see everything. And that's about it. Okay, so that's our course. Definitely take a look through that information that we discussed, and definitely send me an email if you have any questions, and we can talk a lot about it on Tuesday as well. Okay, so with that, I look forward to meeting you. I look forward to teaching you this semester, and hope you all have a great weekend. See you. Bye.